Charles Darwin built his entire theory of evolution on a single, unwavering premise: nature does not make leaps. Biological change is an agonizingly slow process, playing out gradually over millions of years. But when he examined the fossil record, he found a glaring anomaly. Around 100 million years ago, a massive variety of flowering plants appeared to explode into existence almost overnight. This rapid emergence directly contradicted his core belief in slow adaptation. It bothered him so deeply that in a letter to a close friend, he labeled the sudden appearance of flowers his abominable mystery. To figure out how flowers managed to conquer the globe with such rapid speed, we first have to look at the highly inefficient biological world they replaced. If you rewind the clock 140 million years to the early Cretaceous period, you won't find a single petal. The planet was dominated entirely by ferns and gymnosperms, plants like giant pine and fir trees. These older plants faced a serious logistical hurdle. Because they were rooted to the ground, they relied completely on the wind to carry their pollen to another plant for reproduction. This is essentially a biological shotgun approach. A tree has to produce millions of pollen grains, just in the hope that a random gust of wind will happen to blow one of them onto a female cone miles away. The vast majority of that pollen simply falls to the ground and dies. Relying entirely on random weather patterns to survive is a terrible long-term strategy. It left this ancient botanical world highly vulnerable to any new species that could figure out a targeted delivery system. That system arrived with the angiosperms, the flowering plants. Instead of relying on the wind, they developed bright colors and sweet nectar. They engineered these features specifically to recruit insects. This is called coevolution, a biological process where two species adapt in tandem to benefit each other. The insects got a reliable food source from the nectar. In exchange, as they fed, pollen would stick to their bodies. When the insect flew to the next flower, it acted as an unwitting, highly precise courier, delivering the genetic material exactly where it needed to go. By moving pollen directly between individual plants, this insect-driven method significantly reduced the amount of wasted genetic material while requiring only a fraction of the metabolic energy. By outsourcing their reproductive labor directly to the animal kingdom, flowering plants massively accelerated how fast they could multiply and adapt to new environments. But fertilizing a seed is only half the battle. Once created, that seed has to survive harsh weather and hungry predators long enough to take root. This diagram shows the angiosperm's second major architectural upgrade. While gymnosperms leave their seeds completely exposed to the elements, a flowering plant encloses its fragile seed inside a thick, protective biological armor called an ovary. Once the seed is fertilized, that ovary wall swells, changes color, and transforms into a fleshy fruit. This fruit is a calculated nutritional bribe, designed specifically to attract larger, mobile animals. An animal eats the fruit, travels several miles, and eventually passes the indigestible seeds. The plant has now effectively paid an animal to carry its offspring to a brand new territory and plant it in a pile of highly fertile waste. The flower solved the problem of local reproduction. The fruit solved the problem of geographical expansion. Fast forward to the late Cretaceous period, and the results are clear. Armed with targeted insect pollination and highly mobile fruit dispersal, these angiosperms rapidly overran the mountains, the thick forests, and the vast deserts. Darwin's mystery is resolved when we view the fossil record as the moment a superior biological system finally unlocked the ability to outcompete its predecessors. Look at this chart comparing modern plant populations. Today, angiosperms account for over 90% of all plant life on Earth, reducing the once dominant ferns and pine trees to a shrinking fraction. The next time you walk past a blooming garden or bite into an apple, look closely at the mechanics. These delicate petals and sweet fruits are the weapons that drove the most ruthless and successful biological conquest in planetary history.